Hey everyone, how you doing? Today I'll be talking about the movie The Bride of Frankenstein or The Bride of Frankenstein, whatever title you prefer. But this is actually the first time I ever watching this movie. I've seen only one Frankenstein movie, which is the classic Universal Frankenstein monster movie, and there've been modern takes on it too, like different versions of Frankenstein or remixed with that concept. But with that being said, yeah, this is my first time watching this sequel. And I found out later there was other sequels after The Bride of Frankenstein, like The Son of Frankenstein, The House of Frankenstein, The Ghost of Frankenstein. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't know this. But different actors played him, but I think this is the first time I think Boris Karloff played Frankenstein twice in the movie. I could be wrong, but I think it was twice he played. This is the second time he played Frankenstein. I mean, the Frankenstein monster, excuse me. Frankenstein is not the monster, it's the monster by itself. That's his name. Frankenstein is the scientist. Excuse me, I keep calling the monster Frankenstein. But that's what we're used to anyway, right, guys and gals? But anyway, the sequel picks up right after the first movie. The monster ended up being alive. And once the monster's loose, he starts killing a few people. Later on, he gets captured by the townspeople, and he escapes again. He becomes friends with the blind man. So later on, the two hunters saw the Frankenstein monster there, and Frankenstein escapes again. This movie, before I get move forward, this movie is mainly it's comedy. It really has a lot of comedy in it, and it's really good comedy too. Like for a horror comedy, very well done. You know, the writing was good, the acting, the story, the mystery, suspense, the drama. Now, for somebody watching the movie for the first time, I might have a nitpick about it, and the nitpick is the title. It's called The Bride of Frankenstein. You expect to see this second character already, but that character, the female monster, you gotta wait towards the end of the movie, like 20 minutes at the end, to see this monster. So yeah, this movie does stretch, but stretch in an entertaining way. I wasn't bored with this movie at all. I don't mind seeing more of the Frankenstein monster. So we get to the climax with the Bride of Frankenstein being created. But with that being said, pretty much the Frankenstein is on the loose. Few people die, few people live. Later on, he meets up with the scientist underneath the cemetery, and he found out that the scientist could help him make him a friend, a female monster like himself. So he decided to work with the scientist, the monster, and convince another scientist to help him out. So Frankenstein had kidnapped the second scientist woman so he could create the female monster for him so he would have no choice. So that's where we get to the last 20 minutes of the movie, I would say, or last 25 minutes. So you got the two scientists creating the female monster. Once they've created the monster, the female monster saw the male monster, the original monster, Frankenstein monster, of course, and she does not like him. Frankenstein is very, very disappointed by this, and you get the climax at the end when, you know what, screw it. I'm F it all, pretty much, attitude. But also interesting about this movie, if I gotta mention, Frankenstein do talk in this movie, by the way. Thanks to the blind man that he met, taught him how to speak. There's a lot of comical moments in this movie, especially when Frankenstein starts smoking. I thought it was kind of cool, Frankenstein smoking. Who doesn't want to chill out with Frankenstein smoking a cigarette, a cigar, drinking red wine? Hey, that's cool. That's a cool friend right there. But yeah, all this movie is good, even though there's the nitpick about it that it does stretch to the part when you want to see The Bride of Frankenstein, which the movie is titled as. But all in all, good movie either way. So I did find myself enjoying it. Like I said, it was my first time watching it. This movie got all these years watching horror movies and so on. This is one of the few Universal monster movies I actually didn't have a chance to watch. I guess, when it comes up to somebody like me, I watch all kinds of movies and I'll just go by whatever I could catch up on. Anyway, that's being said, over and out. Peace, and see you later, guys and gals.